Hello again. I'm going to make an interesting main course dish that makes use of leftover chicken, maybe from one that you roasted at the weekend, and also some of those leftover vegetables, and one or two rather unusual store-cupboard ingredients. See what you think of this. So the ingredients that you'll need, as well as your leftover chicken that's been cut into smallish chunks, you'll need some vegetables, and I've got pieces of carrot. I'm going to use a drained can of sweet corn as well. And that sits in a creamy mixture of condensed cream of chicken soup with mayonnaise, lemon juice, and another liquid which can be wine. I've got that left from a casserole that I made the other day. But you could use water, you could use cold stock, and you're going to need some pepper. And then you put breadcrumbs and cheese on the top. So I'll show you how we can put it all together. So the first thing to do is to create your creamy mixture that the chicken will sit in, and I'm going to use my tin of condensed chicken soup, which goes into a mixing bowl. It's not something that you would necessarily think to cook with, but it's actually great for this. Get as much out as you can. Oops. And the reason I'm using a fork is that it'll be handy for mixing everything together later on. So to that I'm going to add my tablespoon of lemon juice, and then I need 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. This is going to make enough to serve 3 or 4 people, so you can adjust the quantities. You can halve it if you want to make enough for 2 people. It's up to you. And the dish I'm using for this is going to be about 1 litre. So this is half a glass of white wine. That's that. And then I'll just give this a mix. Now this takes a minute or two because the soup itself is quite thick, so you're making it just thin down and blending with the other ingredients. So that's our creamy sauce. I've got a piece of kitchen paper ready for my finger. And into that we put the other ingredients. So we have got our chicken, and it can be leg meat, it can be breast meat, it's entirely up to you, it's whatever you've got. Give that a mix. And in goes your chicken, your carrot I mean. And you can see how this is getting a lot thicker. And because my bowl isn't terribly big, I'm going to put half of my corn into the bottom of my dish. This is a 1 litre dish, so half in the bottom, and then on goes my chicken mixture. Good wipe round with a spatula. There we are. Spread it around. Sprinkle on the rest of the corn. And then we top it with our breadcrumbs and cheese. So I've got 50 grams of grated cheese, and I've made breadcrumbs using a stale white loaf. You really need about 2 slices of white bread, and you can do this by either grating it on a cheese grater, the slices of bread. If you've got a little gadget on your food processor, you can whiz it up and make breadcrumbs. Or in the old days we used to rub the bread around the inside of a metal colander, and that would create breadcrumbs. So 50 grams, which I know is going to be 3 handfuls. There we are, that's our topping. Give that a bit of a stir. And then this goes on the top and creates a crust. And then I'm going to put the pepper on the top of this. I'm going to give it a good old twist of, or 2 or 3 of pepper on here. I'm not going to put salt in because cheese is very salty. Some of these commercial soups are very salty, and I think we've got to be careful about our salt intake, so Pepper's fine, but not so much the salt. Just go into that corner there. I'm losing bits here, aren't I? Let's put that back. And that piece that came over the edge. And then twist of pepper. And that goes into the oven for about an hour, simply because you've got to get everything really, really hot right through to the centre. Gas mark 4, 180 if you've got an electric cooker, 160 if it's a fan oven. And about an hour. You want it to be crispy and brown on the top and all bubbly around the edges. Right, in it goes. So I've got the oven on, it's been warming. I'm going to put this in. If your dish looks very full, I would stand it on a baking tray so that you catch the drips. I think I'm okay with this, but if you've got a smaller dish and it's really piled up high, put it onto a baking tray. Just keep your oven a bit cleaner. So, centre of the oven. There we are. Gas 4. Set the timer. I'm going to give it an hour. There we are. That's our hour. Oh. Look at that. Golden brown, bubbly, looks absolutely delicious, and it smells wonderful. And I think with that, I feel inclined to serve some new potatoes and green vegetables or salad. So have a go. I hope you like this one. Bye for now.